Hi everyone, today we're going to go motor camping at Kuripapango, and this is something I do every now and again. I go out for a wee retreat, and this is up on the Napier Taihape Road, and we're starting our trip in the little village of Omahu, about 10 k's to the west of Napier. Yeah, hi everybody, I'm Goose. Welcome to my channel, Loose with Goose. The trip starts off with just going through the rolling countryside of Hawke's Bay. Lovely countryside, it's mainly farmland, a little bit of forestry for a start further on, but not much around here, and a few vineyards and crops, etc. But as we go along, you'll see the country changing just slightly, but some magnificent scenery to be had. Great roads, a cracking road for bikers. And as you can see, the weather once again in Hawke's Bay is absolutely superb. The road off to the right there's Flag Range Road, and that'll take you down to the Tutokuri River. And here we're coming down into the Sheridan School. Obviously it's a holiday time and I wouldn't be going this quick past the school otherwise. But a lot of education back in the day was stressed by the locals, and there's some really good little schools, country schools here in Hawke's Bay. As we come down, you can see on the sun right out in the horizon there the start of the Kuripapango Ranges, and that's where we're heading into. We're starting to roll into the foothills now. That's the old forestry camp on the right hand side. Back in the day this used to be metal, and it was a very interesting trip, especially when we get to the campsite. We're only a couple of k's from Gentilani. So yeah, it was fairly horrendous back in the day. But as you can see at the moment, absolutely beautiful, great road, brilliant scenery. Yeah, I was pretty pleased when they cut these trees down here. In the winter they can be damp for days, and often held ice for quite a while too. So yeah, great to get the sunlight back on the road surface. And here we are, we're now officially into the Kuripapango Forest Park. And a couple of likely lads coming through. Coming down here onto the on the right hand side is Lawrence Road, and that takes you down again to the Tutakuri River. But the little hillock just ahead of you there is Blowhard. At the moment there's a lot of walking tracks on that and some limestone caves. They're called the Troglodyte Caves, and there's an old Murray cave there that was being used since pre-European times. But it got the name of Blowhard because this is where the horses dragging the stagecoaches came up to the top there, and they were blowing quite hard, so hence the name. And the hill right on the far side there, by the second ridge back, that's your first glimpse of Kuripapango. That road off to the right there now is where you go down to the Twin Lakes. I'll point it out further down, but they've closed off the original road. A little quarry there and some earthworks there. There's a lookout point there too for the Karweka Rangers. But I love coming around this corner because you've got this bit of a straight, and old Gypsy can stretch your legs a little bit for a minute or two. And that's Kuripapango straight ahead of you. On the right-hand side, that's where the Twin Lakes are. You see where the forest line comes down. Well, they cut up through to there, and about 5 k's across on your right-hand side is where the Twin Lakes are. And a friend of mine, Mike, I won't tell you his surname, but he had quite an association with the trout fishing clubs here, and he helped stock them with trout. So as soon as you see that little corner on the little road up there, you know you're not very far away. So as you can see, that ridge right ahead of us is some a bit of green country in there. Well, that's where we're heading to. Well, everything's green country, isn't it? The grass area is what I'm meaning. You can see it a bit clearer there now. Just on the right-hand side, you'll see a bit of a clearing there. That was the old original campsite. Been there for donkey's years. And that's the jumping-off point for hunting and fishing, kayaking, tramping, and whitewater rafting. But here we are on the right-hand side. This is the new camp. It's what I call the new camp. It's only been up about 10 or 15 years. they've developed it quite well. And come across the cattle stop, and there's about 900 metres to a kilometre to get into the campsite itself. You're tucked up behind this ridge just in front of us. The area there's a parking area there, and just to the right hand side of that is the chopper pad, where they can bring in the emergency or the medical choppers if they need them. And my favourite little spot is off to the left. And I came around the corner and saw these cars, and I thought, oh my goodness, my favourite spot is gone. But up the hill we went, and thank you Lord, it's empty. It looks like it's had some hard use. But this is going to be home for a little while. So, yeah, great little spot, nicely sheltered and faces the east. So you get the morning sun. So there you go, folks. If you like what you've seen, give it a like, hit the subscribe button, the bell icon. But remember, ride free, and of course, God bless.